Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining us. Want to see how I went from these brows to these? Stay tuned. You'll need your foundation and a brush, an angled brush to fill in your eyebrows with, a spoolie, eyebrow pencil, and pomade of your choice. I got this one from the beauty supply, and this other one is almost out, but I use the darker one to fill in my eyebrows sometimes too, also from the beauty supply. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using my spoolie to get my eyebrows in the shape that I desire. Once it's the shape I like to start filling in my eyebrows by outlining the bottom. So I start at the tip and I work my way back in like strokes. And you want to make this line straight and come to like a curve and then flick it out, like just flick it. Try to get it as sharp as possible. Now you want to start the top like maybe a centimeter behind where you started the bottom, just to give it that gradient effect and really curve that top part and flick it, like flick it. You want it to attach to the bottom line and make a sharp angle at the end. And this is what I mean by starting behind the bottom line. So I just do the same to the other eyebrow until they match up and I'm ready to fill in. Once that's done, I like to go in with my pencil just to sharpen things up a bit and make hair-like strokes to fill in my eyebrows. But I don't fill them all the way in at this point. This is just to get the general feel of how I want my eyebrows to look. And I'm just going back, making sure everything lines up and is even. Your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So now that I have my bird wings on, I'm going to go ahead with some of my foundation that matches my skin tone, and I'm going to carve out my brows. Take a little bit of concealer on the brush, and how I like to do it is for the bottom, I don't put the brush flat to my face. I use like the angle, and I use stroke like motions just to get very close to that line where I want my eyebrows to be at. Being ever so careful not to mess up the lines I just made. For the top of my eyebrows, I like to take the brush flat across my eyebrow and just go with one quick motion. I don't do it piece by piece like the bottom part. I like to just go and swoop it right across. And really make sure you get that curved angle. And this is, I feel like the concealer is really how you get your eyebrows the shape that you want them. You can draw them slightly bigger than what you want and just conceal it to the shape that you want them to be, if this making sense. I don't know how to explain it, but the concealer is needed. It's a very important part. And I'm just going to do the same thing with my other eyebrow. Making sure I get as close to that line as possible. And you don't have to use a lot of, well, foundation or concealer. You don't have to use a lot. Just enough to sharpen that line. That's the word for today, sharp. And I'm just showing you why I messed up a little bit with the concealer. Why do I keep on concealer? With the foundation. So I'm just going to take that brush and blend it out. Make sure everything is even. My sister said I use the word seamless a lot, so let's make sure everything is seamless. You can't tell where that foundation begins or ends, period. Now I'm just going to go back in with my eyebrow pencil and fix anything that was messed up when I went in with the foundation. And I'm going to begin to fill in the rest of my eyebrows. And I'm sorry I'm kind of out of frame for this. I'm still working on my angles, you guys know. Checking them out, seeing how they look. Now I'm going to go in with like hair-like strokes. When I do the back of my eyebrows, I do the pencil going like down. If you see, now that I'm at the front, I'm trying to curve it into each other. Like you want the hairs to go in the shape that the eyebrow is. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. But you see how I'm at the end, so I go down. I'm in the middle, so I kind of go at an angle. And when I get to the front, I go straight up. That's to give it a more hair-like effect. Now I'm going in with the spoolie, blending everything out, making sure there's no harsh lines. Making sure that front is like faded. Not faded, but you know, come to that natural, what's the word? It starts with a G. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But just make sure everything looks real nice and blended. Now I'm just going in and filling in anything that I see wrong, any like spots that I feel like I didn't put enough product on, anything like that. Just customizing my brows to my liking. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take some mascara and just fill in my brows, give them, like I said, a more hair-like effect so they don't just look painted on my face. And this is the finished product. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.